All right, so get this. We're going deep today, like really deep.
Oh, yeah. Into what?
Donald Trump, podcasts, and Gen Z.
Hmm. That's a combo I wouldn't have pictured.
Right. But seriously, there's this article about how Trump's all over podcasts now. Apparently, he's got this whole strategy to, like, win over the youths.
Interesting. Podcasts are huge, but they're not exactly known for political discourse, are they?
Exactly. But that's what makes it so fascinating. And get this. The article says his son, Barron, is, like, his Gen Z advisor.
Okay, that's kind of hilarious, but also kind of smart. Like, who knows more about what Gen Z is into than, well, Gen Z?
Right. And it's not like he's just sticking to one type of podcast either. We're talking Theo, Andrew Schulz,
Yeah.
even Joe Rogan coming up. Talk about a range.
Okay, yeah, that's a pretty diverse lineup. Each one of those pulls a very different crowd.
Exactly. So, like, what's the strategy there?
Well, you've got Theo, who's, more on the comedic side. Maybe he's reaching for those Gen Z listeners who wouldn't usually be caught dead following politics, just trying to make it more, I don't know, palatable maybe?
Yeah, kind of sneaking in there with the laughs.
Exactly. Then you've got Andrew Schulz, a bit more out there.
Oh, yeah. Definitely pushes the boundaries.
So maybe with him, he's solidifying his base, playing to the crowd who already likes that, let's call it unconventional style.
Okay, that makes sense. And then there's Rogan.
That's the big leagues, right?
Right. Massive audience. Those conversations go on forever.
It suggests he might be trying to actually engage on a deeper level, Not just sound bites and rallies.
It's like he's trying to show a different side of himself. The question is, will it work? The article mentioned this NBC poll, and it doesn't look great. Only a third of Gen Z supports him right now.
Oof. Yeah, that's a tough crowd.
And there are a lot of them. 41 million potential voters, according to Tough Circle. That's huge.
Huge. He needs to close that gap, especially with how tight the race is with Kamala Harris. Even a small swing could make all the difference.
It's like he's playing catch-up, but instead of throwing the same old plays, he's trying something totally different.
It's a high-risk, high-reward kind of play, right?
Yeah.
But think about it. Even if it doesn't totally change their minds, just hearing him talk about, I don't know, Barron or whatever on a podcast they like.
Yeah, it humanizes him a bit.
Right. It's not the same as seeing, a 10-second clip on the news or whatever.
It's like he's trying to control the narrative, at least on a certain level.
Exactly. It'll be interesting to see how this all plays out. Could be a game changer, or it could fizzle out. Who knows?
That's the thing. We've never really seen a candidate use media like this before. Do you think others will follow suit?
Hard to say, but you can bet they're all watching closely. If this works for Trump, even a little, you can bet it'll be copied.
It makes you think, is this the future of politics?
Yeah.
Like, forget rallies and town halls. Everyone's just going to be on podcasts.
Maybe. I mean, it's how a lot of people get their information these days, right? It's more personal, less filtered, and hey, maybe that's not such a bad thing.
Food for thought, right?
Yeah.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. This election cycle is already wild. Who knows what's next?
Wild is an understatement. All right, folks, that's our deep dive for today. We'll be back next week with another look at the ever-changing landscape of, well, everything.